Look.
Listen.
Taylor, I gotta tell you right now, the Pokemon Horizon... Welcome, by the way, to Look, Listen, Cast, the Pokemon Horizons podcast.
Hello, I'm Like, and this is Subscribe.
It sure would be wonderful to talk to you people, you fine people, about Pokemon Horizons, the anime, this week, wouldn't it, Taylor?
It would be great.
But they did it to me again. They're playing with my emotions. They're taking a week off every other week. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. I'm out here watching direct-to-DVD quality Pokemon movies from 2001 because the Pokemon Horizons team can't get an episode out. Now, I know what you're saying, Taylor. Oh, but this means more episodes are going to be better because they don't have to make a bad episode. I'd honestly rather a bad episode. Honestly.
Take your time, do it right. That's what I always say. That's going to be on my epitaph.
They know I need to put out a podcast episode every week. What are they doing?
Some of them have 100% heard this podcast.
No, they haven't. They don't speak English. No. Taylor.
Auto-translate.
That's so true. YouTube does do auto-translate, and
it's so funny.
It's terrible. I'll tell you that much.
YouTube auto-translate is... I'm rewatching a bunch of videos now that I watched 10 years ago with auto-translate, and it's just so funny.
We should make this clear. Auto-dub. It dubs over an AI voice in a different language. Taylor, can you please tell the listeners the title of this film that we're watching today? Please, in English.
Celebi, the voice of the forest.
Or in English, Pokemon Forever. And in Japanese, Pokémon Monster, Celebi, encounter beyond time, a timeless encounter. There's a lot of words. Whatever. You got it. It's the Celebi movie. I've never seen it before. I've certainly seen clips of it. It's a very famous movie in the Pokemon canon for its
should have called it Celebi, a waste of time, huh?
Got him! For the big spoiler reveal twist, but, I mean, it's not even a twist. They set it up within a couple seconds of the movie, you know who the main character is.
So I'm always thinking about that whenever I watch a movie with a twist that's really projected. Like, this one clearly projected it. But somebody, like the movie says, oh my God, what? I think that I want to talk to the 0.1% of the viewers who are watching this and we're like, oh my God.
My word. Maybe a little kid wouldn't notice. Here's the thing. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, when we watched Pokemon Zarude goes on vacation,
West.
I believe our response to that film was, wow, sure would like another Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
Watching this movie makes me feel like, sure, I'm glad they stopped doing this because what a waste. I swear to God, Taylor, the first 3 movies were great. They were big, exciting, fun, thrilling. Pokemon Power of One, the movie 2000, and the Entei movie. I thought they were good.
It's Bardock's Last Dance. I don't think I saw the Entei movie.
With the Unknown? You don't remember that movie?
No.
Oh, you only saw the Lugia movie and the Mewtwo movie. I see.
This was an up and down viewing experience for sure. There were multiple times in the show where I thought, are we just wasting time here?
It's so Rescuers Down Undercoated, I can't even begin to explain. Okay, Taylor, we're going pretty deep into this movie. How about before we actually discuss it, we get through our first segment of the week. That's right, it's Whatcha Big Geesin, Peep of the Week. This week, Taylor, you're going to have to because I told you in confidence.
I know.
That I've been seeing clips of One Punch Man. Now, my question, of course, to everyone is this going to be a house situation? Because you told me, or Geese Peep, one of you two, no Geese Peep this week, she's too busy working. And I'll be gosh darned if I have to wait another 5 minutes to start recording this Celebi. I can't. Joe Celebi, I know this is Joe Celebi's favorite movie in the world, and he loves Celebi, but calm down, you little, they call him the big spoiler at the end of the movie, Taylor, where he's just a wilted Burger King lettuce.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, one of you told me because I kept seeing all these clips of House, and I went, wow, these clips are so entertaining. And all of you said, don't watch House, just watch those clips, because that's the only entertaining part. And I said, oh, okay. So my question is One Punch Man going to be the same thing? Because I keep seeing clips of One Punch Man, and I keep saying, well, this is very entertaining. This is funny. So I watched the first episode of One Punch Man, and it was okay. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Have you seen a lot of shonen? I know you have seen Dragon Ball. You said you watched Solo Leveling.
Now, yes. When did I stop solo leveling? I don't know. I think I was 6, so I was in bed and I was watching Solo Leveling. And I wasn't feeling great yesterday, so I watched One Punch Man. So as long as I am under the weather, I'll watch an anime. But that is the only anime minute you get out of me.
Okay. You should... It really works better if you've seen, like, a Bleach and Naruto and all of these, like, Chosen One anime.
I mean, cultural osmosis. I know... I've heard and seen so much about One Piece and Naruto over here. Now, Bleach, I don't know if I know a lot about. I mean, I know it's a famous thing. Is it famous now, or was it only famous? Like,
it's always been one of the big three. So the big three are Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece. And Bleach are the big four.
Oh, God. Yeah. So I'll probably watch some more of that. I don't know. But Taylor says season 2 is no good. So am I setting myself up for disaster?
Well, it was an issue that I had with Promise Neverland, where I watched it. I watched the first season of One Punch Man, and I was like, holy moly, that's amazing. From the first episode to the last episode, it is incredible. The humor is great. The characters are great. The art is wonderful. Oh my God, the last battle is so sick. And the writers do something incredible, which is they take the concept of an unbeatable character, which happens a lot. Like, it happens in Dragon Ball. It happens in Superman. But they actually made it incredibly good and compelling and interesting. Like, you want to watch the next episode. I started season 2 and I was like, oh no, I can't. If you're just going to show me manga panels and not do anything with them, I'm just going to read the manga.
Manga. Yeah, there you go.
So I stopped, and that is what I will recommend for everybody. Watch season 1.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But speaking of you saying manga, yesterday, I was doing my Duolingo, girls. In the app, in the newer versions of the app, you always have to respond in Japanese into the phone or repeat after me. And I realized I was speaking Japanese in a comical Italian accent, and I was losing my mind. Why was I doing that? Why was I saying, Ichigo no cupcake onegaishimasu?
Oh, just imagine the records they're going to have, and they're going to start recommending Italian courses to you.
My Lord. Okay, Taylor, before we get into Go Fest, which I need to bridge the gap, but I'm still going to talk a little about Go Fest, and you talk a little about Go Fest.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to say that I was catching so many shinies during Go Fest.
Wow, that's awesome.
No. Oh, I get you. Yeah. Taylor was not catching shinies in Go Fest. But I was catching so many shinies in Go Fest, but it's 1,000,000 degrees out, so I'm dying out here, and I've got to go to work, so I can't spend all the time Go Festing that I want. I'm catching so many shinies in Go Fest, I get such an itch to shiny hunt. So I load up Scarlet and Violet. I'm going through so many shiny sandwiches. I'm catching so many shinies all over Paldea, Kitakami, Blueberry Academy, you name it. Shiny Magbies, shiny
great shiny
Iron Moths, shiny Volcaronas, shiny Electabuzz and Elekkids and Heracross and all Misdreavus, Miss Magius. I was having a great time shiny hunting all the day with all these games. Go Fest was a lot of fun. Second day of Go Fest was not as great for me because even though I was catching some shinies, it was mainly stuff I already had. Whereas first day I was getting brand new shinies, lots of new unknown letters I didn't have shiny. So it was a great day. I got a new platinum medal for getting all the unknown. That was great. Got 1,000,000 Mewtwo's, got a shiny Mewtwo X, shiny Mewtwo Y. My shiny Mewtwo X is really good. He has almost perfect stats and he's background. So what a wonderful event that I had. Tons of fun. Taylor, how was your Go Fest 2026?
Oh, boy. Niantic customer support has absolutely flagged my account because I can't deal with their nonsense anymore. I didn't get any of the... So I got like 3 shinies. I got some decent shiny Mewtwo's, but it's not even a shiny that I love. Like,
He's great.
Think... So the way I look at shinies, and I was talking to a couple of the people who were in the Go Fest group, which a ton of those people... I played Go Fest for like 4 hours. So I'm not going to say it was a bad event because I didn't grind it to the extent that a lot of people did. For the first one, I played about 30 to an hour. I did like a loop around the big park that's in the center of the medical center and got what I needed to get and left. Guncan was going out of town, so I had to get a whole bunch of stuff ready. The next day, after we got completely rained out, I mean, just awful. I was drenched. There were so many people that were doing it was so bad. Everyone trying to hide under trees because there's no other cover. So it went between incredibly hot, everybody's dying. I'm doing raids in one of the bathrooms because it's air conditioned. There are a few of us just standing in there to not die, to just monsoon. So I left, came back, played another 2 hours. I get back at 8 p.m. because it's cool and it stopped raining. I see people that I saw there at the beginning of the day. And I said, when did you get here? And he said, the three of us got here at 5:50. And I said, what?
A.M.?
And he said, yeah, we got here at 5:50.
A.M.?
Correct. Yes. So they were there for 15 hours. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, both days. And he said, yeah. And I said, I hope that you have the best Pokedex on Earth. So I had an issue where I was trying to do a raid task where you had to do 3 raids with 6 unique Pokemon. I used remote raid passes because I couldn't get any Nihiligos. I really want a shiny Nihiligo, and I have never been able to do one. I've always been hitting them every time they're Ultra Beasts. I'm always spamming Nihiligo raids, and I just can't get it. So I do 3 of them with the same party. It gives me credit for 2. On the third one, it's like, this isn't okay. So I contact customer support, and I said, hey, listen, I did my 3 raids. I used the same party. It gave me credit for the first 2. So I know the team was good. But could you either give me a remote raid pass or just like mark the task as completed on my account? And the person just kept saying, rest assured, if you had used a party of 6 unique Pokemon. So I just kept saying, no, I used the same team. Like Taylor, it's marked.
Rest assured, the person talking to you coded that task personally. So there's no mistake. Errors are not possible.
Yeah, and he just kept saying that. And I was thinking, I kept saying, okay, well, could you connect me to somebody else? Or because it kept saying rest assured, and the exact same thing, I said, speak to a human. And he said, rest assured, you're speaking to a human. And I continued
There's a lot of assurance going on.
Oh, my goodness. I was so livid. And I was just, I'm taking a big break from the game because of how reprehensible Niantic customer support is. But I did see a bunch of notifications today about, or I saw a bunch of articles saying, raid issues were, and I was thinking, rest assured, there were no issues.
Yeah. And bossing say, no, I feel really bad for everybody who was remote raiding because a lot of people had complaints. There were a lot of issues. I did all my raids locally with hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of people. So I didn't run into that issue. I will say, just for for balance, every customer service interaction I've had with Niantic has been beautiful. They just immediately give me what it's always my fault. I made a mistake and threw away all my Ultra Balls, and they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. Here's all of them back."
Well, that's an easy one to do. It's when you're saying, because you're going with them and saying, hey, my bad, I made an oopsie. That doesn't cost them anything. They're not giving you something. Like, you can buy Ultra Balls, but I don't know anybody that does.
That's insane. I can't believe how many things are in the Pokemon Go shop for money that are nonsense items you get for free very easily.
Like hyper potions or whatever.
Oh, my God.
But that's nothing for them. But if you're saying, hey, I need a raid pass, they are going to make you pay for that.
Oh, man.
One way or the other.
Well, Taylor will get the last laugh, perhaps. We'll see.
I don't know. It kind of reaffirmed a lot. I like Go quite a bit. It's a fun concept. I think getting the steps in is cool. It being a community-based event in person is really cool. Being able to look at your Pokedex, seeing the stars go up, conceptually PvP is okay. But executionally and from a customer service standpoint, it just isn't worth it for me to play very much. And talking to the people during GoFest and how hard they grind, because they are full-on grinders, saying, oh yeah, I've only spent $1,000 this year on this game. And I'm thinking, oh, the things that I spend $1,000 on.
It is very surprising to me the number of level 80s I see, because I think about how much time I put into the game, and it's very impressive. But I was we got to move on. But
I mean, it's on topic, and it is actually pretty interesting.
No, I know, but we can't be here all day talking about it. Yeah. But what I was going to say is, I was talking to one of the community leaders, and wait, did I already mention this in the podcast? Sorry if I mentioned this last week, but real quick, I'll get through it if I did. What's so interesting to me is I'll be at a Go event, a Royal Raiders. Okay, we're going to raid, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll hear people in the background, big Go players, talk about, what is this black Tauros? I need to get this black Tauros. There's multiple kinds of them. And I was talking to the guy, and it's so interesting to me that the majority of the serious Go players only interact with this franchise in the form of Go. They're not out there making shiny sandwiches in Scarlet and Violet. They may not even have a Nintendo Switch.
Correct.
As a matter of fact, one dude there had a Switch, and he was doing is it something with Gimme Ghoul? Or something where you need a Nintendo Switch to activate something on Pokemon Go. And everybody was rushing around to get this rare opportunity to interact with something on his Switch so they could get something and Go. So it's just wild to me. So these big grinders are spending every second in this game, where I'm playing all these Pokemon games, and we're watching the Pokemon anime, for crying out loud. But.
So it's a very, very interesting situation with this franchise, because it's such a ubiquitous franchise. And there's so many different forms of media for it. And so many people interact with the live service one. And I know Pokemon is a lifestyle like the way you play it, as far as I have to do these tasks. And I want this dex, I want this experience. I play all of these main entry games and everything. For a lot of people, that is just a lifestyle. They wake up, they go either on a walk or a commute for an hour. They do all of their dailies. They send 40 gifts every day. They do all of their weekly tasks. And it's it's a good system and good for them. There are too many good single player games out there. And there's too much RNG in this.
Way too many video games. Every day there's a new one released.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I feel bad for Metroid Prime 4. I'll beat you one day.
I'll see if they patch it or something.
Not before I catch some more shinies.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor, do you have some more in your Geese of the Week other than GoFest?
Other than the awful GoFest, I absolutely do. So I got into a free game called Crosscode. I had looked this up, and I was a little put off by some of the writing that I saw. It's a little, it's like most of the millennial writing, where I can't believe I did that. A little too self-referential, a little too Stranger Things, we're too cool kind of stuff, like trying to make too many jokes, trying to make, isn't it silly that we're playing an MMO? But luckily, you can just skip all the dialogue. Gameplay's great, systems are great, and it's very fun. I had an interesting moment playing it yesterday whenever we got to a big lore segment in there, because it's about a character in an MMO. So you're playing a character who's playing an MMO.
Yeah, so you're playing .hack is what I'm
correct. Yeah. They go into the lore dump of the whole series, and they're like, oh yeah, we have to discover the text of the ancients, or I think that's what it's called. And I was thinking, this is fun, because you can write off most of this as being a generic MMO. And that's something that you don't see a whole lot, is people playing games in games, because it gives you a lot of creative liberty to make a less compelling story.
Clever workaround.
Yeah. It's, spending 20 hours to skip your 5-hour project. I also started getting into Gundams.
Building model Gundams.
I sure did. and I don't know what's wrong with me. When I was a kid, and I encourage everybody to look up the Gundam model building commercial from like the 90s that I think has either Aaron Paul or the guy from Dragon Ball Evolution in it, because it has all these 90s like weird camera zoom ins and film effects, and it's like too much metal music. And it triggered such a memory in me because I remember being incredulous as a child. It starts out with level 5
Crossfire!
Gundam,
Crossfire!
Yeah. So he goes, level 5 Gundam, 17 hours. And then the next person is this girl that goes, level 4 Gundam, 6 days. And I was like, why would you switch up the unit of measurement? Does that mean you were playing this for, what is that, 144 hours? You were just, he took 17? And what's a level 5 Gundam anyway? But I built these as a kid, and I remember I would copy all the manuals in Japanese because I thought Japanese was such a cool language. And then I built them, tried to paint them just with a paintbrush. Of course, that didn't go well for a, 4th grader. Haven't built Gundam since. Got into these, and I am panel lining. I'm using my glass file. I've got so many snips, and they have leather carrying cases. I've spent at least $200 on tools for my Gundams.
Crazy.
But it's very fun. It's incredibly fun. I'm starting out with the Wing Zero, or not the Wing Zero, the Wing Gundam from Gundam Wing. So I hope that one's going to be really good. I got a real grade.
Classic. Never played it. Taylor, are you prepared for
Poké-news of the week?
This week's news comes from
Celebi?
Celebi.net. That's very true. Actually, there's an additional piece of news we're gonna perhaps discuss at the end that directly involves him. Perhaps we'll see.
Ooh,
we'll see. Don't get too excited.
Oh.
First piece of Pokemon news. This is exciting for me. A new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Terra Raid battle event has been announced. What do you mean, Taylor? We haven't had one of these in years. This is an old game. It runs from July 17th to August 6th. We get a 7-star Terra Dragon Magikarp. We got Dodozo, Tatsugiri, Veluza Outbreaks. I'm going to be shiny hunting my behind off. We got Phoebus. Need a shiny Melodic. Going to be shiny hunting that. Basculin, Lapras, Slowpoke, Psyduck, if I didn't already say that. This is crazy. That's, of course, once again, if I didn't say it before, twice again, if I did, July 17th through August 6th. One day before Taylor's birthday. The next episode of Poké-news of the week is the next Pokemon Go Max Battle Day has been fully detailed. It focuses on Gigantamax Rillaboom. God, his middle evolution, Thwackey, is one of the worst Pokemon to ever be designed. It runs
that's too harsh.
Look up Thwackey.
I am Thwackey.
It runs from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. August 1st, 2026. In more exciting Pokemon news, the next Pokemon Go Raid Day has been fully detailed. It focuses on Mega Starmie. Who doesn't love that guy? It runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. August 22nd.
And rest assured, my Pokemon Go group is going to be there the night before.
Rest assured. God, we got a lot of news today. Next piece of news, Pokemon Go Ultra Unlocked 10th Anniversary Edition. It's been revealed. Runs July 21st. That's coming up, right? To July 27th. And there's Professor Willow Pikachu. So catch that. Okay. Before we move on to the movie we're covering, Celebi, I do want to quickly, there's actually big drama news happening in the Pokemon Go world, which is, there was a big event, or perhaps exclusive event.
It was GoFest.
No, right before GoFest, there was an event.
Oh my goodness gracious, I'm so sorry to keep interrupting you. I actually know the news this time. That's crazy. All right,
there was an event in Times Square. You got to stick with me here because this is one of those situations where... Because social media can be useful for getting news. It can also create such warped realities where people echo chamber misinformation that there's just a lot of drama surrounding this. And I'll give my opinion on the matter and I'll tell you what really happened. Okay.
All right.
There was an event.
Yes. True.
Fact checkers deemed this one true. When Pokemon Go was first coming out, there was a commercial for it. And in this commercial, there was a Mewtwo in Times Square, and everybody's running to it. And oh my God, I was so sick. So for the 10th anniversary of Pokemon Go, they decided, let's make it real.
Yeah.
What they decided to do was invite, now listen very carefully because it's very important you have all the information for this one.
Okay.
They invited a lot of community ambassadors. What is a community ambassador? You may be asking yourself before you angrily type on Twitter. Community ambassador is a normal person that, runs groups like in Royal Raiders or Taylor's little group.
They put their legs on 1 foot at a time, just like
the rest of us. Yeah. And they just put in a lot of hard work and they're good for the game and they hand out little free coupons and help people out. And it's a wonderful thing to be a community ambassador. Those people were invited to come to Times Square. And then also content creators, influencers, streamers, and the voice of Ash Ketchum was invited to go, as well as Joe Celebi.
Oh, sick. Okay.
All of the people who showed up to this event received a guaranteed perfect Hundo Mewtwo with a Times Square background.
Oh, my.
That is a very sick Pokemon.
And they can't even give me my remote raid pass.
Yeah. So, in theory, it was a cool celebration. In practice, it seemed a bit of a slap in the face to just, let's say, New Yorkers who love Pokemon Go and would love to get a guaranteed hundo with a Times Square background. If you are a huge Pokemon Go, let's say you're a level 80 Pokemon Go player in the city of New York, and you go to Times Square and you launch your game, you're not allowed to get this perfect Hundo Mewtwo with an exclusive background. See, to me, this is a slippery slope because then at some point you start saying things like, oh, well, maybe if you want a shiny mythical, you got to be a content creator, which is what everybody is, echoing and everybody's getting real upset about.
Yeah.
No, Joe Celebi himself, who was invited, admits that the whole free Hundo Mewtwo exclusive background, that's a huge mistake. And apparently this is not confirmed by me. So this could be a dirty, rotten lie. Take this one with a grain of salt. I've heard that people were receiving emails that specifically in the email said, your friends will be so jealous when you come to this event. Okay.
I mean, that's innocuous enough.
It's a funny thing to write, considering the aftermath of this and the fallout of people so angry and upset at the. Now, here's where the facts start falling apart. Everybody on the internet is so furious, and they're accusing everybody there being content creators and influencers, and saying, "Oh, so you just have to be somebody who's out there making all this stuff, and you have to be famous to get this special Pokemon." That's not true. It was actually a pretty small percentage of them that were those kind of people. I think it was like 10% or something. The vast majority of them are just hardworking community ambassadors. And to me, I feel like, okay, like I probably wouldn't think it was that crazy if like, okay, these people are flying out on their own dime. Let's give them a special little Pokemon Go community ambassador pin or something. I don't know. Like you could even go as far as say, look at this cool plushie you get that's exclusive. I don't know.
I mean, they easily could have just given them access to it like a month early or 2 months early. So for like hyper collectors, they don't miss out on something, because that's the real souring, is that this is something that not everybody had the opportunity to get.
Right.
Very small number of people. You could have something that says July 2026, and that's the thing that's like, oh, I'm a content creator, so I have that ultra rare July 2026 100 Mewtwo, whatever. But everybody gets the background is what I would have done.
Yeah, that's a bit rough. I mean, but this is a tale as old as time. Important people are people who do well in like the world championships. They get all this exclusive merch, exclusive trading cards, exclusive mats, exclusive decks.
Oh yeah, the gift bags at the Academy Awards.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Normal. But it's just for somebody who is building a shiny living dex, it does rub me the wrong way. I'll never be able to get this. That's like kind of, okay.
I mean, that's what really soured you on TCG Pocket, correct? Was that
TCG Pocket was
pay-gated thing?
When TCG Pocket launched, I paid for the subscription.
Right.
So I can open an extra pack and get some extra stuff.
Yeah.
What made me so upset is, they put an exclusive card behind a giant pack of gold. So the pack would have been like, I don't know, $100 to $200.
Oh my goodness.
And this was after I already spent money to get gold. And I said, oh, I see. We have now changed from I am going to attempt to get all the cards in this game to I don't care at all. I'm canceling my subscription. But anyway, Taylor, enough on that. Let's discuss a Pokemon movie. One more time for the people in the back. Tell us the name of this movie in English.
Celebi, Spirit of the Forest.
So close. Pokemon Forever, The Voice of the Forest, Celebi, Encounter Beyond Time, A Timeless Encounter. This, say on the top, a bit of a disappointing film. I didn't like it. It's going to get a low score from me compared to other Pokemon movies I've seen. And I mentioned this earlier, but I was laughing a lot, Taylor, at the number of little Rescuers Down Under things I was seeing. Just little parallels I could find between that movie that I could not finish. Taylor, since it's a movie, this is what we do with movies typically. I'm not going to be as in-depth as I am on just a 20-minute episode of Horizons, because otherwise we'd be here all day, all night. So I'm not going to list every single Pokemon that crosses this screen. So just be prepared for that.
Although there are fewer Pokemon in this movie than I think most Horizons episodes.
No, we got a bunch of them in that forest.
There are like 20 tops.
There's like 23. Okay, this is the story of a boy in the past, Taylor. A young boy named Sammy.
I couldn't understand this movie's art style from second one. I just kept waiting for it to have the, when an anime movie comes out and they're like, let's do a good job, everybody. This one was like, eh.
Am I crazy, or does it continuously switch between like hand-drawn and then like digital drawn, and then there's a scene with Suicune on a mountain that's completely CG?
So there's some... That's what I was getting to. They never do the cool shadows.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Every anime, like all the Pokemon movies are like the Rugrats movies. You watch them in the theater and you're like, wow, it's so dark.
Yeah,
Look at all these. Yeah, that's completely accurate. I wonder if this movie had some trouble development, because I swear to goodness, half the movie is digital art and half of it's just hand-drawn. Anyway, this takes place 40 years ago. 40 years, not from 2026, but 40 years ago from the timeline of Ash Ketchum being in Johto. So pretty early anime, but past the Indigo. Now he's in Johto.
Samuel L. Child, voiced by...
The voice acting's hysterical in this movie. Okay, so to be clear, I watched this film twice. Once in Japanese, once in English. English was better, rare.
Wow.
English was way more fun, had way more jokes going on. And in English, for the woman the main character woman that they don't give a name, they only call her Diana Grandma, Grandma Diana. So Diana's grandma, or they call her Miku's grandma in English. In English, I'm going to tell you right now, Taylor, your old man voice is more believable than what they do in this movie in English, which is just keep the same voice actor, but have her pretend she's old 40 years later.
Oh, that's rough. Shouts out to Sigourney Weaver.
Okay. Sammy, little boy. Let's get through it. Let's rip through this story, Taylor. We're not even 5 seconds in. He's going to travel through time. He's going to go to a mysterious forest. The nice green-haired woman 40 years ago gives him some bread, warns him, listen, kid, don't accidentally get warped through time, because if you hear the bells a tolling, you hear the roar of time going on, the whispers of time, the voice of the forest.
It was
stand still.
It was very weird, because that's such an incongruent way of speaking, in my opinion. They have this woman who's dressed like an Inuyasha character.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's 40 years ago. So
yeah, of course. That's why everybody was there. Yeah. Jump down the gigantic roots of this tree and go, do you hear the spirit of the forest? It can time travel. And those are just like very... Like if you're going to go the mystic route and say spirit of the forest in your ceremonial robes, don't bring a sci-fi nomenclature. Say... It transcends time, or it exists in a different realm, or something like that.
This movie's so paint by numbers. I guess
it's rough. It is. If you like Celebi, watch this movie, or Google images of Celebi.
Yeah, just look at pictures of Celebi. I mean, people love that one scene of Celebi eating a berry, flipping out, going Celebi. I guess what ended up happening is like Pokemon's making all this money. Although at this point, I think is when you had like the Poke decline start to happen.
After Silver, right?
Yeah. Like, so you go up and up and up, and now people are like, okay, we're over Pokemon. And then of course, it ebbs and flows. Pokemon Go, of course, theoretically is not a word, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's a word.
Yeah. Brought Pokemon back to levels near the top. I mean, some people say it exceeded the Pokemania of the 90s, but...
What, Diamond and Pearl?
No, the launch of Pokemon Go, when every human being on the planet was playing Pokemon Go, and Hillary Clinton said, Pokemon Go to the polls. It was a big deal in 2016.
I forgot about that.
So, here's what's happening in the movie. I don't know why we're talking about that. Celebi is flying through a forest. It's being chased by a Scyther and a Houndoom. My first thought, Taylor, is, Celebi, are you not a mythical? I bet you could just fight off these guys. Now, maybe...
It's the spirit of the forest.
Maybe Celebi is weak for some reason. Maybe it needs a little dip in the lake of life. Maybe
it can't
just
fly.
Needs a spa. I don't know.
It can hover. It's like with fans. It doesn't have wings.
What?
Yep.
There's lots of Pokemon running around from Kanto and Johto because this is before Generation 3, so that's all the ones you're going to see. Sammy, the little boy, he sees Celebi and he sees it's in pain and goes, oh my God, Celebi, get off of it, Scyther. What are you doing? And then Houndoom attacks Sammy and oh my God. And now there's a hunter, a scary hunter man, and he's here to steal Celebi just like Rescuers Down Under, like I said.
Listen, if you are going to have a Pokemon hunter, have them be this person. Have them be enamored with their own evil.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I'm a hunter. I catch Pokemon and I sell them to the highest bidder, kid. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
And Sammy says, no, Pokemon aren't for doing that too. So then the hunter chases everybody on his little motorcycle. Celebi's hanging out. Sammy's holding Celebi. Celebi says to itself, we're donezo if I don't time travel us out of here. So let's get out of here. Sammy drops his little journal where he draws Pokemon, and he's gone. Now, this is an anime exclusive area. At first I was thinking Elix Forest, where Celebi is in Gold and Silver, but no,
sure.
This is, I think they call it Arborville in English, or White City in Japanese. I don't know. But even though that's a different city, black and white. Doesn't matter. Anime exclusive. They're in Johto, okay?
Yeah.
Also, I shouldn't even get into this, Taylor. Because it's not an issue just in the Celebi movie. It's an issue in any time travel movie.
Okay.
But is there a glaring plot hole with the woman and
if you're
Sammy?
Watching a time travel movie,
yes,
the answer to that question is always yes.
I'm just confused because you were going to watch this movie, we're going to see the old lady, but then she's going to act like she never saw the little boy. So spoilers, when the day is saved and he comes back, he just never checks in with her?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's cut 40 years in the future. In Japanese, it says that on the screen, but in English, they just deliver this with dialogue. The Masked Avenger, the Rogue Chaplain, what's his name, Taylor, in English? I have it written down some here deeper in the notes. The Iron Marauder. The Masked Marauder.
Sure,
right?
sure. Yeah.
The Masked Marauder is here, and he's found the 60 to 70-year-old Pokemon hunter from years ago, and he says, where's that Celebi? You better show me where that Celebi is. Look, I've got dark and evil Pokeballs that turn Pokemon evil into dark forms.
Those are impressive, by the way.
Pretty impressive, yeah. I mean, God, could you imagine those in any episode of anything that we've watched?
I mean, they were trying to do it with the
Strong Spheres, yep.
Yeah.
Just keep repeating the same story, don't they? Okay. Okay, so Masked Marauder.
It goes with time travel.
Masked Marauder, he's got an iron mask. He's part of Team Rocket. He destroys all these cages with a bunch of Pokemon in it that the hunter kept. Tyranitar, get out of there. You're my Pokemon now. You're getting in the evil Dusk Ball. Excuse me, not Dusk Ball, but Evil Ball. Dark Ball.
Very funny that they were like, what if we just had Godzilla?
Yeah.
Like just a scene from Godzilla.
Yeah, he's a little Godzilla. He says, there's so many characters. Dark Magic Man, the Masked Marauder, says, Tyranitar, destroy this man's home, the hunter's home. Ha ha. He does the most stereotypical, ha 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 ha, evil laugh, ha 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 ha.
I'm kind of jealous. Like, I want to be that excited about anything.
Yeah. Then the old man hunter says, fine, I'll show you where I found Celebi 40 years ago. Ah. And now it's time for the intro. With the credits rolling, the intro credits, and the English is so funny because it's so It's so late 90s, early 2000s. All right. Let's
Just
get away.
saying the words, yeah.
Let's get Celebi, R-A-T-E. Okay. Let's cut to Brock and Misty in Johto. They're waiting on Ash, but he's too busy battling. He's battling
When you hear
the character from Rescuers Down Under. Go, Taylor.
When you hear a really bad song with like very like lyrics clearly geared towards children, like our friends are with us forever and ever, like something like that.
Celebi forever.
Every single time, I just think of the band in the recording studio thinking we thought we were gonna make it.
Well, they're getting a fat paycheck. They don't mind. They're just going.
I hope they're getting a fat.
They're
paycheck.
going to their job. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Brock throws out Crobat. He says, Crobat, find Ash. We got to go. This boat's about to leave. We got to go. Okay. Ash is fighting Croconaw.
I wish there were more tracker Pokemon. Because there have been so many plots where it's like, where's this character?
Yeah. If only there was a Pokemon that could find things. They got to make one of those in Gen 10, Winds and Waves. They should make a new Pokemon.
Yep.
Okay. Croconaw, fight Pikachu. I'm a fool. I'm Australian, too, for some reason in Japan. They're playing the music going on. It's a remix of the original intro in English. In Japanese, obviously, they play the Japanese song for the anime. Makes sense. Okay, Ash realizes after he shocks the poor boy and his Croconaw, he realizes the boat's about to leave, so he rushes down with Crobat. Brock and Misty, they see Ash coming, so they say, okay, great, let's walk onto the boat. Ash is trying to, but of course, what's always happens when you try to run on the boat at the last second, a giant luggage cart just stops him from going. So he doesn't make it in time. He sprints on the dock. He jumps off the dock. He's about to fall in the water, but luckily a friendly man and Brock grab him out of the air and pull him onto the boat. Okay, let's get this adventure started.
So dangerous. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Ever jump into the water near a boat. My goodness.
He's going to die. They're on the boat. They're traveling. They're talking with this nice man. Hey, look, Pikachu saw Suicune. That's sick, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird.
Who doesn't love Suicune? This was probably around the time Pokemon Crystal, so they wanted Suicune to have a big... Taylor, let me tell you right now, Suicune, this is a spoiler for the movie, completely useless.
What do you mean?
We'll touch on it later. We'll touch on his big special ability later that does nothing. Okay. Let's cut to all the twerps. They're at a video phone payphone with Professor Oak talking about Suicune. My God, he's the reincarnation of the North Wind. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. And Taylor, Professor Oak, he says that he has seen Suicune before.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Once in his life. And he says
that's
very mysteriously, like he's planting seeds that will grow into a big twist reveal at the end of the film.
What are you talking about? No way.
Now,
it's not like, I mean, if he like carried around like a sketchbook or something, I would believe that.
Taylor?
Huh?
There's a completely different line at the end of the scene in Japanese and English. In English, and this is after Professor Oak and the kids stop talking on the phone. In English, Professor Oak says to himself, I wonder if I should have told Ash before we hung up. In Japanese, he says to himself, so today was the day, huh? Interesting.
Ooh, that's so much better in Japanese.
I agree. Okay, let's cut to Team Rocket. That's right, Jesse, James, and Meowth. Geese Peep would have liked this, at least. She loves Jesse. I don't think she would like the rest of this.
They're all fantastic. Team Rocket is so good.
The comedic relief in English is way better than Japanese, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
James alone. That little line about, oh, they're beneath us or something, and he says, well, they're twerps. Of course they're beneath us.
Yeah, that was not in Japanese.
That's such a good line.
Yeah, so they're flying in the skies. They're on a flying glider, pedal-powered flying machine. We get a lot of flying machines in this movie for some reason. They're yelling about the twerps, or in Japanese, of course, Juddy boy. Already, at this point, I'm curious what the pun at the end of the movie is going to be, because longtime listeners will recall that whenever Team Rocket is blasted off again, in English, they say, we're blasting off again. In Japanese, they always say something to the effect of, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the movie, it's a payoff when they're in the spoilers, Lake of Life, where everything feels nice. in Japanese, they say, this feels right. So it makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
It doesn't make any sense in English. I believe they say Team Rocket's floating off.
Yeah, we're floating off.
It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Okay. They're flying. It's time for our second line change that I noticed, Taylor. When they're on the pedal bike flying machine, Jessie pulls up her legs.
Yeah.
In English, she says, ow, I have a cramp. In Japanese, she says, oh, I can't keep pedaling. I don't want my legs to look too muscular. So anyway, because of this, they crash the ship because of that, and there's a big wind. Okay, now let's cut back to the twerps. They're with the friendly boatman. They're in his boat now. They got off the big boat. Now they're in a personal boat. His boat turns into a blimp flying machine device, and it travels over a waterfall, and it goes into Arborville. That's right. This is probably, I would think, I'd have to look at the timeline, but it's pretty similar to a city in Ruby and Sapphire where they all live in little tree houses. That's kind of neat. Oh, hey, kids, look. It's that path that little Sammy took not 40 years ago.
Little Sammy Poké Jr. Way to go.
And look who it is. It's the green-haired woman from 40 years ago, but now she's an old lady with the same voice actor. And her granddaughter. In English, Diana. In Japanese, Miku. Brock is very excited to meet Miku/Diana. As everyone is aware, he loves the women. In English, he says, hey, Diana, how about you come with us to the forest and you protect us? In Japanese, he says, can we go out for a meal sometime? Yeah. Either way, Misty pulls him away from Miku Diana.
It's interesting getting older and hearing the voice actors and how young they sound. When I was a kid, I always thought, oh, man, Brock is old. And now I'm like, oh, Brock sounds like he's like 19.
Yeah, he's not that old. I don't know. Maybe Brock had a different voice actor from the first episodes to this movie. Who's to say?
Yeah, but this one definitely sounds an octave higher.
We're walking through the mysterious forest. We're talking about, I wonder what Diana and her grandma were on about voice the forest. What are you talking? You don't move when you hear the voice of the forest. It's the rule number 1. So anyway, we hear the voice of the forest. Everybody starts moving. And look who it is. Look who's appearing by that shrine. It's little Sammy and Celebi. Celebi runs away, Taylor. He doesn't want to be spotted. So let's just pick up this unconscious boy.
Yeah.
I found this funny. When they run back with Sammy and Brock is just yelling the girl's name.
Yeah.
Diana, we got to get back to Diana. Diana, help us. Just ingratiating himself in Diana's life so much. That's pretty good, I think.
This movie had a lot of good moments, but there's just so many montages. And I'm normally a big fan. When I was watching this, I was like, I like that there's not too much dialogue in this. And by the end of it, I was thinking, did they need to make a movie?
Let's be careful with the word a lot. Or the 2 words, believe it or not. So Sammy wakes up from his coma, immediately starts just punching Ash because he thinks Ash is the hunter. So much violence in this movie. Can you imagine if Roy was just punching people in the face, just jumping on top of like Spinal and Gibby, and they're like stomping on his hand or something?
That's happened in so much media, though. It's such a Futurama thing where like you would have Fry running through something, hitting people in the face.
Yeah, you just don't get it in New Pokes. I guess they don't want the children to punch people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or jump after boats.
Okay. I know I mentioned this before. I got to just drop it. Here's the last time, or second or third to last time I'm going to bring it up. I'm a little confused because the old lady, Diana's grandma, hugs little Sammy.
Of course.
She's concerned and says, oh my God, you disappeared 40 years ago. But again, we've seen the end of the movie. He makes it back to his own time. So this would mean that he never said, oh, I'm back to the old lady. Please, you don't have to worry about me. He never did that. Or you could argue, I guess.
New timeline created.
Right. In a time travel movie, he hadn't time traveled yet. So he didn't time travel until 40 years later.
And then he did.
So then there's a secondary Grandma Diana who becomes the main character of Horizons and has Liko as a grandchild.
Exactly.
So that's how it really. Here you go, Sammy. I found your journal you dropped 40 years ago. Look, I kept it all dirty. The journal also makes no sense to me. But let's continue. Thanks for the journal. Let's have a quick cut, Taylor, to the Masked Avenger, and he's in his spider mech from the Wild Wild West because it is the early 2000s, and that's what we're about.
Yeah.
Okay, let's cut back to the twerps. Sammy's asking about Celebi. They say, oh, yeah, Celebi, the mythical Pokemon. He lives in the Lake of Life, so probably better go over there. All right, cool. Okay, Taylor, let's cut to Team Rocket. The normal guys, Jesse and James, Meowth, those characters. They're stuck in a tree with the broken glider. Meowth, very funny in English. I gotta hand it to him. The voice actor for Meowth in English is funny. I'm sorry. Yeah. The jokes are good.
Yeah, plenty of good jokes.
Okay, apparently we're past the point where they had that full conversation in Miku Grandma House, Diana. Because now we see Ash staring up at a conveniently dramatic hole in the top of a giant redwood tree trunk. No, not a trunk, but a tree that fell over. What do you call a tree that falls over, Taylor?
Tree.
And it's on top of another tree that I guess fell over. But the trees are huge. That's the important thing to note. They're big
time
trees.
Traveling.
That's true. There's a ton of Pokemon up there. Ash knows something is up. Honestly, if it were me, I'd be saying, I bet there's a Celebi in that mysteriously
tree.
Yeah.
So 100% me too.
Ash and Sammy climb up the trees, see little Celebi. Who could have guessed it? Right off the rip, Celebi is not trusting these two at all. It's using all its attacks to get them to leave him alone. He just keeps slapping these two boys with vines. And it does get to a point of ridiculousness, the amount of vine whipping he's doing.
Yeah.
But eventually, after enough convincing from the kids, Celebi lets its guard down, lets Sammy hold it, and he takes a little snooze. But oh no, Team Rocket's here, and they're on the tree, and they do their whole intro, but then Wobbuffet breaks the branch, and this was a good scene. I thought it was funny that they do the whole build-up, and because they just fall off the tree, all the kids just walk away.
Yeah. It's very funny. Especially, I always think about this. Oh, they're such good characters. Because especially for a kid show, because there's so much surveillance they do. They put so much effort into sneaking up on them, finding out what they're doing, what Pokemon they're after, and then they just always announce themselves. And it's just such a good bit, and it doesn't get old.
They got to do it. They get, it's in the rules, it's in the regulations. But just when we thought the kids were safe from Team Rocket, my God, the Spider Mech is here. And Team Rocket Prime say, who's this character trying to steal Celebi? We're trying to steal Celebi. So James says, go, Weezing. And Masked Marauder says, go, Tyranitar. And then eventually, Jesse and James realize, well, wait a minute. Is that who I think it is? Is that truly the Masked Marauder, the famous Team Rocket admin or what have you that is in this anime exclusive?
He has the R on his chest.
On his back. That's right, Taylor. In English, Meowth makes a joke about, it's a luchador from that Mexican wrestling movie. That joke was not in Japanese.
It was a weird joke. Like it felt very out of place.
It wasn't in there. It wasn't that script. Okay, but we're sorry, Masked Marauder. We like you. We didn't mean to cause trouble. Let's work together. Okay, perfect. Scizor, Sneasel, come out of your evil Pokeball, your Dark Balls. Chase down those twerps. Taylor, I've got terrible news about Misty.
No.
She twisted her ankle. She broke her knee. Something with those legs. They're in trouble. So she's donezo. Somebody's going to have to carry her while Sam and Ash are going to have to battle the Masked Marauder with their Bayleaf and their Charmeleon. And Ash is pretty confused by Sammy's 40-year-old Pokeball that you have to turn with a little dial. It's kind of fun. So we get a little exciting battle. Bayleaf, I'm going to need you to lock in, okay? Pay attention. Good job. You defeated the Scizor.
That was also hysterical because it was like, Scissor's using an attack. Just overcome that one.
Yeah.
Just Bayleaf's like, yep.
Yeah, exactly. Lock in.
Yeah.
Very funny to me that, so Masked Marauder and Team Rocket, they have not caught up yet. This whole time they're just fighting Sneasel and Scizor by themselves. The twerps just tie these Pokemon up to a rock with rope. Where'd they even get the rope? I don't know, but it's a funny scene. I've never seen anything like that. Have Liko and Roy and Dot ever tied up a Pokemon and left them? I don't think so.
No. But that's what, I mean, Max Marauder's whole thing is throwing a net.
Max Marauder. Why didn't they just knock out the Pokemon? Anyway, they head to the lake, but it's so foggy, Taylor, and Celebi's not doing great. Luckily, we got a bunch of forest Pokemon here that'll lead the way. We got Ursaring, Teddy Ursa, Stantler. Now, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, listener. There's not going to be a lot of people listening to this one. I mean, it's not, come on now. I'm pretty sure in Japanese, they just make generic animal type noises, but in English, they distractingly say their full names.
Correct.
Stantler Stant. And I wasn't a fan.
It's real funny. It's just very funny because then you always think about the voice actor.
Fur! Yeah, okay. We made it to the lake alive, guys. Thank goodness. Dip the Celebi in there. Honestly, at this point, I'm screaming at the television because Lil Sammy is taking his sweet time, taking this dying Celebi to the lake. Little footstep after little footstep. Just put the Celebi in the lake, please. Golly. All the Pokemon in the forest are surrounding them. Celebi swims deep into the water and comes up to get some sunlight. And look at this. We're truly gaming. He's back to 100%. He's a true mythical. He's got all the powers in the world. Look at him glowing over here. Come on.
Wow.
This movie's so bad. We got so many explanations. When Brock says to the audience, as if this is a big reveal, my God, it looks like the lake truly did heal Celebi. Who needed that clarification? Taylor?
I don't know.
Celebi flies around for a while. He says hello, and then Ash and Sam jump into the water, full clothes, full socks, full shoes. Turns out, Taylor, they can't breathe underwater. So Celebi grants them the power of flight, and they just fly around the forest.
Yep.
Also,
in a montage.
Also, Misty, it's me, Celebi. How about I cure your leg real quick? Wonderful. It's at this point I think to myself, what a jerk Celebi is. Yeah. Why isn't there a Celebi stationed at every hospital in the world just touching people to cure them?
What would the Chanseys do?
Feed them eggs?
Nope. Impossible.
I gotta admit, I love the Jumpluff just floating through the skies in this next scene. I'm a fan of Jumpluff. We now get the very famous scene of Celebi eating some berries.
Yep.
Very excited to eat those berries.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I fell asleep. Team Rocket is starving on the back of the spider mech. They fall off trying to get some fruit, but the Pidgey or a Pidgeotto, I don't know, I wasn't looking at the screen. It ate the berry instead. So now they got to chase after the mech. Let's cut to nighttime, Taylor. We see Sammy. He's drawn Pikachu and Celebi snoozing. Wonderful. Ash wakes up. It's a little bit before dawn. And he says, wow. He, of course, being Ash Ketchum, speaks to Sammy. He says, wow, Sammy, your little journal, it's like a handmade Pokedex. And then they discuss Sammy being out of his time. And apparently, Ash makes a little insensitive comment about, wow, you're stuck here, huh? That must suck. And then Ash says, well, since we're talking about our mothers, I sure am starving. So Sammy says, how about we eat this 40-year-old bread? And then they laugh about that, which wakes up Pikachu and Celebi just in time, Taylor, to catch the sunrise. And what happens at sunrise, Taylor? That's correct. All the Metapod evolve into Butterfree. Look how beautiful, look how dramatic. Wow.
They waste so much time in this movie. Like, how many minutes is it? Is it 90?
40? No, the whole movie's 80 minutes.
Okay, so it's 80 minutes. This easily could have been an episode. Maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah, we didn't need the Butterfree plus hugging saga.
I wouldn't be as upset as I am about the Butterfree, except they already had this scene. They had this scene like 2 years before this movie came out.
Oh, yeah?
The whole arc with Ash letting his Butterfree go.
Oh, yeah, with all those Butterfree?
Yeah. And it was way more impactful than just randomly seeing Butterfree. And Ash didn't even talk about it. Like, it would have made sense if he had said, this brings back some memories or whatever.
Do you want to know the best part about all of it, Taylor?
Huh?
Later on in the movie, when we get a flashback montage of all the scenes we've seen before, we get to watch it again.
I forgot about the flashback.
We get to watch this again. This is just the first time you get to see this scene. Okay.
Oh, man.
Let's cut to the twerps in the village. Oh, no! Team Rocket is here to steal Celebi. The masked marauder shocks Celebi. Throws an evil ball. A dark ball. We got a dark Celebi going. Here's what I'm going to say. The scene of a big flock of Pidgeys attacking the masked marauder, I'm a fan of. I enjoyed that. Everything else, Ash now, as mentioned before, starts just wildly attacking Masked Marauder. Just a punching and a kicking this man. Good
Which
stuff.
is pretty great.
Masked Marauder, he's holding on to Celebi's evil ball. Masked Marauder stomping on his little ash fingers. So violent. So violent. Okay. The Pokemon of the forest have assembled, and they're going to take down the Masked Marauder. And he says, oh, yeah? Well, your Celebi you knew before exists no longer. Let me prove it to you. Go, Dark Celebi. Attack all these Pokemon. And you can tell it's Dark Celebi because its eyes are gray now. And it attacks all the pokes, to which I say, again, hysterical how much damage this Pokemon can do. But in the beginning of the movie, couldn't even fight off a Scyther. But I guess since he had the dip in the Lake of Life, now he's full power. I don't know. At this point in the film, Taylor, Celebi creates a giant plant tree monster sphere that sucks Jessie up into it. Yep. Eventually, this giant sphere will turn into a giant moving tank with spikes that will hatch into a giant, what was his name? Abu Ghrabemon?
Sure, yeah.
The big giant Digimon. So in Digimon, you have your main character, Tai. He has Greymon or Agu Greymon, but then he turns into a big dinosaur monster.
No, it's Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, and then the fourth one.
Yeah, the fourth one.
I played Digimon World 1.
Yeah. Mega Anja Woman, Anju Greymon with the wings.
Oh man, that's been a minute. Anja Woman.
Yeah. So that's what Celebi turns a giant group of sticks and leaves into.
Yep.
Celebi makes quite the commotion. So of course, Diana and Diana's grandma notice it, and they fly to the twerps on the flying machine with Friendly Man. So funny to me how this whole movie, in the full 80 minutes, Diana's grandma never gets a name. Nor does the Friendly Man get a name.
I mean, they also didn't really use time travel at all in the movie.
No, they've time traveled at least twice.
They could have done so much with the time travel element that would have been fun and easy, like little goofs or gags.
Yeah. But at this point, Suicune realizes something is up, so we get a 1990 CG 3D render of Suicune running down a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes life is difficult. That's what I want you to take away from listening to this podcast. Sometimes there are challenges in life, and you have to overcome them.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you can't, and that's okay.
No, we're going to keep trying. The masked marauder, Taylor, is now riding the Celebi tank tree fortress, and Jessie, for some reason, is tied up upside down. Rough. Mm-hmm. What a rough situation for that woman. Right. They have a conversation about Giovanni. It ends with Masked Marauder saying to Jessie, I don't need no stinking Giovanni. With Celebi, I'm more powerful than Giovanni. I don't need him. You think I'd give Celebi to him?
Which is crazy because he's not even using the time-traveling power.
I think it's at this point because Jessie is, of course, loyal to Giovanni. She says, oh, this man is now my enemy. My enemy of my enemy. My best friend.
Yeah, exactly. So, by that logic, Giovanni is her friend.
The kids
and he doesn't even know it.
The kids are going to fly to the tree beast. Masked Marauder says, Dark Celebi, attack those twerps. So, of course, the twerps crash land in the dirty lake of life, just like Rescuers Part 1. And everybody is getting out of the boat all woozy, and they all say in English, they say, oh, I'm alive, I'm alive. And then old woman Diana-san, grandma, says in English, she says, I'm alive, but just barely. But in Japanese, her granddaughter's trying to take care of her. And in Japanese, she says, don't pity the old. So that was fun, I guess. Taylor, here's the problem. Here's the current issue we have happening in the story.
Yes.
Dark Celebi is going to murder the children. We got a big beam of light coming right for them. They're about to be donezo. Thankfully, we have a Deus Ex Machina in this movie by the name of Suicune.
Suicune!
Comes down, saves them the last second. My God, the North Wind has truly saved us.
Get 'em.
Go, Dark Tyranitar, Hyper Beam. Onyx, come out of your Pokeball, says Brock. And also battle. Sammy, Ash, and Suicune now jump up the Digimon Fortress and try to talk some sense into Dark Celebi. It's at this point in the movie that I think they made a mistake editing it. Because if you watch the movie, we have a whole scene here where they're talking to Celebi, but then they're just not there anymore at some point, and then they go back up there after they have a full conversation with Jessie where Jessie tells them where Celebi is, even though they just had a full conversation with Celebi. So yes, I think even the people making this movie were just going, oh, God, I don't know, man. And, which is by the different art styles stitched together. They probably had like 3 teams working on this. Okay.
I wonder if this was supposed to be like 2 episodes and they said, just throw some montages in there.
No, you don't get mythicals in episodes. You get them in the movies. Unless you're Horizons, at which point Petrarunt is... Although Petrarunt shouldn't be considered mythical. You can just buy the DLC and you get him. Anyway.
That's what everybody's always saying.
I'm lost. You're lost. I'm confused. Just keep listening. You'll have fun. Maybe. Probably not. Okay. Onyx and Suicune. Yeah. They defeat Tyranitar.
Way to go.
Oh, man. That thing's going to destroy the forest and the Pokemon, says Miku and her grandma, Diana. Get him, Suicune. Okay. Now, the forest plant monster Digimon creature grabs Suicune and shocks it. Sammy and Ash fall down to Jessie. She tells them where Celebi is. They already know where Celebi is. And now we get to the worst part of the entire movie. Ash and Sammy just keep screaming to Celebi, Celebi, you gotta remember us. You must protect, not destroy. In good news, Taylor, somehow Jessie turned right side up some point during all this. So I'm happy that the blood's not rushing to her head anymore.
Thank goodness.
This scene goes on for so long.
Oh, you mean the movie?
Over and over again. They just keep saying, remember me. And they keep doing flashbacks and shocks and pleading. Boring.
Oh, it's a rough climax in the story.
During one of the flashbacks, though, I got to hand it to him because this wasn't in the first time around, but in the second half with the flashback. Like, remember the Nirvana band, the show, when they did flashbacks, it was always like
different.
Yeah. It was like remembered. It was embellished so much in the flashbacks.
Yeah.
So their embellishment for this movie is they just have Ash and Sammy do such a long and involved Trunks and Goten laugh. Just so that goes on for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Celebi snaps out of it. Thank goodness. Also, his dark ball exploded. Sick. Jessie plummets into the lake alive. Kids are flying with Celebi, but Celebi's injured. At least the giant plant monster has been destroyed. We now get the most famous, or second most famous, who's to say, scene from this movie, which I always see, which I mentioned earlier. Little Celebi just looks like some wilted lettuce, and people always make jokes on the internet. They say, this is what my Burger King be looking like, and it's just wilted Celebi. Now, Taylor, here's what I have to say about Suicune and the Lake of Life. If only the Lake of Life could help Celebi.
No.
Even though Suicune's entire power is to clean the water of the Lake of Life, and we've already seen Celebi heal from the Lake of Life,
no.
I guess the only thing we could possibly do is summon 1 million Celebi from across time. But I don't know. Suicune, sorry, you're useless.
Well, he beat Tyranitar.
So did Onyx. Before the extra Celebi...
Maybe Onyx should heal Celebi.
Yeah, Onyx jump in the water. Before the extra Celebi shows up, we do get a 25-minute scene where everyone in the cast of the film just cries a lot while Ash tries to shove berries down Celebi's throat.
It's such a weird scene that just doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't know if it was because of the pacing of the rest of the movie or because they just did such a bad job that this was happening, and I felt nothing.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about how many tears are shed during a Pixar film.
Oh,
and I look at this scene, and I think they want me to feel something.
Yeah.
Wow. And I gave them 2 chances in English and Japanese. All the Pokemon are screaming, oh, what's that? The sound of the forest. It's the bells ringing. I'm going to tell you right now, Taylor, a better ending to this movie would have been Celebi just dying here and the Celebis take it away to mourn and bury it. But instead, they just revive Celebi.
Yeah.
I wonder, I don't know canonically how they healed it. I wonder if they literally took its body and time traveled the body to a healthier state. I don't know.
They probably just rewound it.
Another question is this all the same Celebi from different times, or is it a bunch of different Celebi?
I'm going to say it's a bunch of different Celebi.
Yeah, bro. Just when we thought the movie was over, my God, Taylor, the Marauder's still alive. He grabs Celebi. Ash grabs him, and they jetpack into the sky. Pikachu, Thunderbolt. Okay.
Pretty funny scene, because Mass Marauder was underwater for a very long time.
Well, why is this freshly healed mythical Pokemon unable to get out of his hands? Is what I need to know.
He has a good grip. Also, I like the strategy of jetpacking into the sky way past a fatal height.
Oh, yeah.
For anybody.
Oh, yeah. So, after the Thunderbolt, the jetpack is destroyed. Ash and Pikachu falling. They're accepting their fate in death. But luckily, Celebi saves them, grants them the power of flight. The Marauder falls in a tree, hits every branch on the way down. His helmet falls off, and the humans and Pokemon are ready to kill him.
I thought there was going to be some kind of reveal with who he was because they made such a big deal about his helmet coming off. But it was like, oh, no, it's just a dude.
Yeah, it's a man with a goatee, I guess. And he goes to reach for his evil Pokemon, but they're all gone. I guess when Celebi broke the curse, the forest curse, he broke all the other evil balls or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weedle and Spinarak, string shot, and wrap him up in some string shot. Okay,
Yeah,
bye, Suicune. Thanks for nothing.
I don't know why that was in there. I don't know why half of this movie's in this movie.
Okay. All right, Celebi's going home now, 40 years ago. Sammy, jump in there. Go to your mother. Goodbye. I'm so sad that you're leaving. Says
Me
Ash.
too. Me too.
Okay, let's cut to that dock again, Sunset, where we're always talking to Professor Oak.
Yeah.
We're on the phone with Professor Oak again. Ash is sad because he's never going to see Sammy again. And Oak says, well, that's okay, Ash. You and Sammy will be friends forever. In Japanese, he's like, he says something in different Japanese. It's more poetic in Japanese. Like, throughout time, you'll always have that connection or something.
Yeah, friendship
never
is time traveling on its own.
Okay, well, Professor Oak, was nice to talk to you. We really got to go. We can't miss this boat again. Okay, we're running away. At this point, Misty says, how on earth did Professor Oak know Sammy's name? We didn't even say it.
What a weird pickup.
Yeah, what a mysterious thing to say. I wonder what that could
Well, it was a strange
mean.
thing for her to notice, too. Like, I know narratively she needs to notice, but that's like something that happens in detective shows all the time.
No, you would notice, Taylor.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would assume if that happened to me or in real life, I would either say something right away and say, oh, did I say that? Or just assume, oh, I must have mentioned it.
Yeah, must have. We must have missed
Because
that.
imagine talking about, oh, there's this friend. I'm never going to see him again. But I can't tell you his name. Not for a reason, just because I don't want to use a noun or proper noun.
Okay, now we're going to cut to Professor Oak looking at his old journal when he was a kid, Taylor, where he has a drawing of Pikachu and Celebi. What could this possibly mean? What could Samuel Oak be doing with Sammy's old journal? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. Celebi visited both Samuel Jr. and Samuel Sr.
How strange. Okay, well, Jessie, luckily, is safe in the Lake of Life. And since it is the Lake of Life, she feels great, which is great.
Fantastic. Including her muscular legs.
Yes. James and Meowth come to save her, but immediately are attacked by Tyranitar. He, Scizor, and Sneasel then run off. And then all three of them go, oh, wow, this Lake of Life does feel really nice. In Japanese, they make a pun, which makes a lot of sense. In English, they just say, looks like Team Rocket is floating off. And the movie ends. Woof.
It's a rough one.
Well, there's still some stuff happening in the credits. We see Tracy Sketch put up the old dirty journal in the bookcase, and the music in Japanese is normal and good. In English, Celebi, R-A-T-E. There's also a special thanks in the credits. We're not going to say what it is, but if you want to look it up, you can. Okay, Taylor, this was a waste of my time. It was a waste of yours. Had to watch this stupid movie because the Horizons team screwed me over again.
That's going to take some points off of the next episode.
You know, I think because this is the 4th Pokemon movie, Pokemon Forever, I will give it a very appropriate score of a 4.0.
Whoa! Is that the only time you've given something under a 5?
That's not true at all. I hated that one Sprigatito episode where she ran away, which happens in every Pokemon episode.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And remember, this isn't being judged against Pokemon Horizons episodes. This is being judged against Pokemon movies. And I'm pretty sure we both enjoyed the Zarude movie. We had fun with that one.
Yeah. And even there wasn't a way to make that movie without the speaking, which I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's really think about this. Is the music good? No. Are the performances from Team Rocket good? Yes.
Okay.
First, 10 minutes of the movie's pretty decent. Well, after the little time thing in the background.
Oh, right. I didn't even cover that. So the beginning of the movie, it does the thing that Pokemon movies and new seasons do, which is welcome to the world of Pokemon. And it shows a bunch of Pokemon and it says, look at Ash. He got a Pikachu. That kind of thing.
Oh, I forgot. They really do waste your time. 3.8.
3.8.
This was rough. Don't watch it. Just don't watch it. Skip it.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Thank goodness we got a Horizons episode next week. Taylor, were you on the recording for last week's Horizons?
Which one was that? What happened in it?
That was the one with you had to have been, right?
Yeah.
The one where we meet Navi.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Did we not talk about next time on Pokes having a Mega Rayquaza?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
I don't remember us talking about that. That'll be a big deal. And it's not shiny Mega Rayquaza, meaning it's a different Rayquaza we're going to get.
That's sick. I hope that ties into this movie somehow. It's from a different time.
That'd be sick.
Because that would mean that we did our homework that was required and we didn't
I have
waste
a
our
question time. Not a question. I have something, but we're just going to save it for next week because let's keep that to the Horizons because
all right,
it's only fair. It's only fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Human beings are capable of making a good Pokemon movie, and I hope in the future that happens. But
there were a couple little moments with some of the establishing shots that were really sick and creepy and well done, and it kind of made me feel a little not nostalgic, but this is such a rough one.
No, I don't recommend.
No. I mean, there's nothing. You don't need to watch this unless this is the only thing you can do with your time.
Well, I mean, some people like to watch they're a completionist or whatever. They want to watch other movies and shows.
Yeah.
Okay. There's better Pokemon movies out there. Don't watch this one. No need to. Oh, by the way, big spoilers. It turns out the twist of the movie, the little boy the whole time was Professor Oak. Can you believe it?
Wait, what?
Time for the wrap-up. Look, listen, cast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all the other things as well, Pocket Cast, you name it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Also, thank you to Keith for our artwork. That's twitch.tv/KeithSquared.
Thank you, Professor Ticklebits, for our boilerplate. And our website, Prof_Ticklebits.
On Twitch. You can recommend this podcast to your friends that like Pokemon, and you can send questions to looklistencast@gmail.com. You can do all of those things. Next week, Pokemon Horizons. The week after that, I do not know.
Celebi, the movie, too. We should just rewatch this.
Yeah, rewatch this. And we'll do Pokemon Forever, Celebi's Enchanted Forest. A second look.
Yeah.
I'll watch it in German. Okay, say goodbye 3 times.
Goodbye.
I'll say goodbye 2 times. But say it slowly. Because we really need this song to get all the way through. One.
Goodbye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Peep. Thank you for listening to the Peep Productions podcast.
Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.